Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm going to talk about building trust in relationships, insights on how to establish and maintain trust. Trust is the bedrock of any relationship. It is very important in a healthy relationship because without trust, everything crumbles. Trust is required in friendship, professionally, romantically, and building trust involves consistency, effort, transparency, commitment, and honesty because this creates deeper connections and brings a feeling of reliability and a sense of security. So, trust ensures integrity, which is fundamental to forming meaningful and lasting relationships. It creates a safe haven or a safe space for people to be vulnerable with us. It's very easy to trust people that you know they can keep your secrets. It's very easy to talk to people that you know you can trust without worry and without fear or favor. Without trust, relationships will be full of conflict and suspicion because you're always going to snoop, you're always going to fight, you're always wondering what is happening, you're always wondering what somebody is doing, you're always wondering about something because you don't trust each other, you don't trust the person. But building trust takes time, it takes patience, it takes consistency. It involves being transparent and open about your intentions, your feelings, and your actions. So, for trust to be in a relationship, you have to learn to communicate openly and effectively. You have to listen actively and respond thoughtfully to foster understanding and trust. You have to communicate your fears, your worry, your joy, everything that you needs to be communicated. You have to learn to communicate it. You have to open the lines of communication and be ready to take criticism from your partner or whoever you are trusting with the information. If you are not open to hearing about the person's opinion, then communication is one sided. Another thing is that trust breeds honesty. You always have to be truthful in your interactions because if you are honest, it will breed trust. Deceit will always erode trust. One day you say something, the next day you say something else, or you are hiding something from the person. It's deceit, and that person is not going to trust you. Trust involves accountability, taking responsibility of your actions, holding yourself accountable, demonstrating integrity and reliability. If you want to be trusted, take responsibility for your actions. Whatever happens, own it. I did this, I'm sorry. I did that, I'm sorry. I didn't know this is going to happen. This is what I did. Don't wait for the person to ask you if you did it or why you did it. If you want the person to trust you, you are supposed to come out and say, my friend, my spouse, honey, my dear, this is what I did. I think I did it wrong. I'm sorry if you find out, or I'm sorry if it's going to hurt you. I didn't know why I did it. Just own it. Trust requires reliability and consistency. You have to be consistent in your actions and your words. You have to show the person that you are dependable. Because if you're reliable, over time, it builds trust. The person knows they can trust you. The person knows your routine. The person knows you are consistent with whatever you do. So it's easy for them to trust you. Oh, my husband said he's going to the shop. I trust and I know he's going to the shop. Because anytime he tells me he's going to the shop, he does. That's an example. My friend says she's going to do something, and I know she's going to do it for me because the last time she said it, she did it. That is trust. Trust involves showing respect. You have to respect each other's boundaries, opinions, and feelings because respect is a cornerstone of trust. And without it, trust will erode. You have to provide unwavering support to build trust and confidence in people. Once trust is established, you have to take measures to maintain it. Trust is very delicate and fragile. It can easily be damaged. So you have to put in every effort to preserve it. Here are some tips to maintain trust in relationships. Avoid betrayal. Betrayal of trust can have long lasting effects on us. Avoid actions that could harm the relationship. If you're on the phone with a friend, let the person know you're on the phone with a friend. Don't lie to them that is your boss. If the phone rings, don't go to the bathroom and pick the call. Why are you going to the bathroom to pick the call? What is there to hide? Keep promises, follow through on commitment and promises. Broken promises always lead to distrust. If you break your promise, you'll be known to be the promise breaker. If you're used to doing it, nobody's going to trust you. Trust takes time. So if it takes time to build that trust over years, you should know that within 1 minute, that trust that you built over years can crumble by your actions. If you're in a relationship, have regular check-ins, regular conversations, open communications and dialogue about how trust is going in your relationship, because this will ensure the relationship is going well and you work on whatever is not working right. Sometimes, no matter what you do, trust is broken. It may be your fault, it may be by things you ignored, it may be by things you took for granted, it may be by things you just feel it's not a big deal. And then this will break your trust. Or it may be because of something you have really and truly done intentionally to hurt your partner or your friend. So the first step in rebuilding trust is acknowledging that something has happened. Don't just ignore it. Don't just brush it under the carpet. Most people do that. Oh, it's not a big deal. You will get over it. You have to work at it. Both parties need to recognize the impact of the breach. You have to know something happened. Don't overlook it. Take responsibility of whatever you did. Own it and apologize. Be transparent, because rebuilding trust requires transparency and openness. The person who broke the trust must be willing to answer questions and provide reassurance to their partner. You have to be able to let your partner tell you how they feel you broke the trust, what they think you should do to rebuild it. And you have to accept it that you really and truly broke their trust. You don't decide how somebody should feel. With that, you have to take steps to be able to build that trust by being consistent. Your actions will speak louder than your words every time. So when building trust, you have to be consistent and demonstrate trustworthy behavior. You have to learn to restore confidence in the relationship. You have to follow through on your promises and your commitments to show that you are reliable, to show that you are remorseful, to show that you have changed. You are a better person, you made a mistake, you are forgiven, and you want to build a relationship. Sometimes you have to seek professional help because it goes beyond whatever meets the eye. So sometimes you need professional help because therapy can provide a safe space for both of you to be able to vent, to be able to analyze situations, to look beyond what is going on and work towards a common goal. So sometimes we need professional help when it comes to that. You have to avoid jealousy when it comes to trusting our partners. Trusting your partner means giving them the freedom to be able to operate in whatever way that they are as an adult and to be able to conduct themselves well. So you can't be jealous of your partner having male friends or female friends. You have to build trust at a point in time. I always say, if your spouse or your partner doesn't give you a reason to not trust them or mistrust them, why should you worry about which female friend they have once they don't give you any reason? But sometimes we just jump in and just hurt each other because we suspect, in quotes, that they're dating them because they're their female friends. People can have female friends, people can have male friends, and nothing goes on. I have a lot of male friends as compared to female friends. But my husband trusts me. So you have to trust each other and you have to make yourself trustworthy. It is a two-way street. If you don't make yourself trustworthy, do not blame your spouse or your partner for not trusting you. You have to make yourself an open book. Let your partner be able to read you. Let your partner be able to read your actions. Let your partner be able to know your next move. If my partner says this, this is what it is. They're not saying something different and doing something else, because that trust has been built over the years and I trust my partner for whatever they say. We should not open ourselves to doubt that whatever we say will be doubted by our partners. It's not healthy. It's too draining on relationships. You have to learn to build trust and be trustworthy. You have to learn to show actions that makes your partner know that this person I can really trust. You have to make the effort for this to happen. So in conclusion, trust is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship. It fosters communication openly, makes you open and vulnerable to your partner or spouse. You are secured. It ensures intimacy and growth. It builds you up and it ensures commitment from both parties. Trust can create a strong, resilient, and fulfilling relationship that can stand the test of time. So build trust, work on it, be intentional, communicate, be an open book, be consistent, and think about your partner in every action that you take. Remember, if trust is lost, it takes a long time for it to be built or rebuilt. It takes just a few minutes to lose that trust, but building it back is very hectic. So you have to learn to grow and trust each other. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.